People, welcome to the YouTube channel Free Management Education. Today we will discuss an important topic of human resource management, that is recruitment, selection and induction. Okay, the topics that will be covered are the recruitment process, sources, techniques and the various principles, the various techniques. Okay, so the different types of interviews, the different types of tests. Okay, so moving on. So what is recruitment? So it is the process of searching for prospective employees and stimulating them to apply for the jobs in organization. Okay, to attract the people with multidimensional skills and experiences that suit the present and future organizational strategies. Okay, so this is recruitment. Just go through the definition, it's easy. So it consists of sources, techniques and stimulating the candidates. So this is the recruitment and selection process. First there is job vacancy, then there is job analysis, that what needs to be done, what vacancy should be filled up, and how much is the importance of this job, that job. Okay, that is the job analysis. I have made a separate video on job analysis. I will add it to the description. Just go through it. Then attracting candidates with the required skills, then screening applications. Okay, then interviewing the candidates, selecting and appointing candidates. There is training and induction. Then the employee evaluation, that is how the employee is performing. Then the factors affecting recruitment. There are internal factors and external factors. The internal factors like employer's brand, okay, like the brands of Microsoft, Google and various other companies like IBM and Amazon, Flipkart, various, the employer's brand actually. Okay, it's image in people's mind. Companies pay and package size, quality of life in and organization culture, how much companies products and service, companies name, frame, role of trade union, like that. External factors consist of socio-economic factors, supply and demand factor. External factors are those factors that that are not directly related to the firm or company. Okay, employment rate, labor market conditions, political, legal and government factors like reservations and sons of soil, information system like employment exchanges and various other processes. Okay, these are the factors affecting recruitment. Now comes the Marriott's recruitment principle. Okay, so it says that emphasize on candidates aptitude and attitude rather than skill. Okay, money at the top, that is money at the topmost priority, but other factors like work life balance, leadership opportunity for advancement, quality of work should matter also. Okay, caring workplace, promote from within. Okay, the internal promotion, build the employment brand by acting as a model employer. Okay, so work life balance, leadership opportunity. Okay, these are the recruitment principles of Marriott. Now the sources of recruitment. Okay, there are internal sources and external sources. The internal sources are the present permanent employees, present temporary, retrenched or retired employees, dependents of present or deceased or disabled employees, employee referrals. The external sources are like campus recruitment, private employment agencies or consultants, okay, public employment exchanges, professional associations, okay, walk-in consulting, data banks, mergers and acquisition, e-recruitment, body shopping, headhunting and trade unions. So what is headhunters? Okay, headhunting is, I will explain the body shopping and headhunting. Okay, headhunters are also called search consultants. Okay, the companies request the professional organizations to search for the best candidate, particularly for the senior executive positions. Professional organizations search for the most suitable candidates and advise the company regarding the filling up of the position. Okay, these are the headhunters. Okay, that is companies request professional organization for searching for the employees. Okay, searching for the executive positions. Then comes the body shopping. They are the professional organizations and high-tech training institutes develop pool of human resources for the possible employment. Okay, they gather various people from various backgrounds or same background, that is they create a pool of human resources. The prospective employer contact this organization to recruit the candidates. These professional training institutions are body shoppers and these activities are known as body shopping. Next comes the recruitment techniques. There are promotion, there are transfers, recommendation of present employees, scouting, that is sending the representatives of the organization to various sources of recruitment with the view to persuading or stimulating the candidates to apply for the jobs. These are the recruitment techniques. Okay. Also advertising, like you see in employment news. Okay, create employer brand, positive and highly reputable employer brands inspire the job seekers to apply for a position even without an advertising or scouting. Okay, so these are the recruitment. The alternatives of recruitment techniques are work sharing or part-time employment, like contractual employment, overtime. Okay, overtime, like you work beyond your working hours with additional salary or benefits. Outsourcing is an agreement in which one company hires, okay, another company to be responsible for its planned or existing activity that is or could be done internally, and sometimes involves transferring employee and assets from one firm to another, also called employee leasing. Okay, temporary employment. I hope this is clear now. These are the simple language. Just go through them once, you will understand it better. It is about choosing the most appropriate candidate and offering them job. Factors are profile matching, that is to match the candidate's biodata with the job specifications of the company. Organizational and social environment, successive hurdles, like at first there is application form, then there is written examination, preliminary interview, group discussion, various tests, different interviews, medical examination, reference checks, line manager's decision, and then employment. Multiple correlation, like based on the assumption that a deficiency in one factor can be counterbalanced by an excess amount of another factor. Okay, like for a company, it needs that a candidate should know both the programming languages like R and Python, but the candidate knows Python very well, but he or she doesn't know R that much, okay, like Python. So that is multiple correlation, that based on the assumption that a deficiency in one factor can be counterbalanced by an excess amount of another factor. Okay, so this is selection. And recruitment and selection, the difference. Recruitment refers to a process of stimulating applicants for a vacant job, okay, like attracting candidates for a vacant job position and finding qualified applicants for the job. It attracts and encourages large number of candidates for the job, so it is considered a positive process or approach. Selection refers to the process of shortlisting the applicants and selecting the best applicants who are suitable for that job position. Okay, so it attempts to reject unsuitable candidates and picking up of suitable candidates. So it is considered a negative process. Okay. So recruitment is about attracting people for applying for the job, and selection refers to the shortlisting of the applicants and select the best candidate. The different factors affecting selection. So the internal environment, like size of the company, type of organization, complexity, technological volatility, like if technology can change the near future of the employee. Okay, technological volatility, how the technology will affect the company, like that. Attitude and seriousness of line managers towards selection, personal prejudice and nepotism, favoritism, you all know this. External environment, like labor laws, government rule, labor market conditions, influence of trade unions, like that. I have already explained that. So the steps in selection procedure: at first there is job analysis. Okay, like that is select the right candidate, job description, job specification, employee specification. Again, see the video on job analysis I have prepared, I have made. You will understand this better. Okay, at first there is job analysis, then there is recruitment, that is search for the prospective employee and stimulating them to apply. Okay, then comes application form, then written examination, preliminary interview. Okay, business games like case study, role play, in basket method, sensitivity, simulations. Okay, these are the business games. Okay, for selection, these are done in army. Okay, SSB interview, various case study, various role play, in basket methods are given for the selection for army personnel. Okay, then comes tests like aptitude test, intelligence test, personality test, psychomotor tests, final interview. There is informal interview, formal interview. Different types of interviews are there. I will explain them in this video. Then comes medical exam, reference checks, okay, line manager's decision, then employment. Okay, so the role of business game, the case study is mainly to judge the analytical skills, judgmental skills, decision making skills. Okay, role play for human relation skill, in basket method like situational judgment, social relations and problem solving skill, decision making. These are the various business games and how they are implemented. Okay, these are implemented to judge these types of skills, right? Like for simulations, encountering skill, sensitivity, degree of openness, concern for others. Okay, these games are played to judge the candidate on various skills. There are different types of tests. Objective of test is to gather further information to assess the employee suitability to the job, if the employee is suitable for this particular job. I will explain the tests. Okay, So at first there is aptitude test. It consists of intelligence test, emotional quotient, skill test, okay, psychomotor tests, achievement tests like job knowledge, work sample, situational tests, group discussion. Then there is interest test. Then there is personality test, and includes thematic apperception test, ink blot test, other tests like cognitive ability test, Wechsler adult intelligence scale. There are different types of tests. Okay, I will explain. Now comes the different types of tests. At first there is aptitude test. It measures whether an individual has the capacity or latent ability to learn, okay, to learn something, learn a given job if given adequate training. Under aptitude tests, it comes mechanical aptitude test. Okay, it measures the capacities of spatial visualization, perceptual speed, and knowledge of mechanical matter. Mechanical matter, okay, and they are mainly for selecting mechanical employees, technicians, okay, stuffs like that. Psychomotor test, it measures the abilities like motor ability, eye-hand coordination of candidates, okay. Manual dexterity is a person's ability to execute controlled movements using hand-eye coordination under specific conditions, okay. They need enough control, okay. These are psychomotor tests. They are mainly in high security jobs like army, even in also firefighters, like that. Achievement tests are conducted when applicants claim to know something, as these are concerned with one that has accomplished, okay. Their applicants claim to know something, as these tests are concerned with one with what one has accomplished. Like if you give the NET exam, and during the your PhD interview, they will ask different questions from that PhD topic. That is, you have the knowledge. They want to test if you have the knowledge or not, okay. And under it comes job knowledge test and work sample test. In job knowledge test, a candidate is tested in the knowledge of the particular job. In work sample test, a portion of the actual work is given to the candidate as a test, and the candidates are asked to do it, okay. Like if a candidate applies for a post of lecturer in management, he or she may be asked to deliver a lecture on accountancy principle as work sample test, okay. In situational test, it evaluates a candidate in a similar real life situation. He or she may be asked either to cope with the situation or solve critical situations of the job, okay. This is situation. So next comes the in-basket test. During this test, the candidates receive a number of mails, telephone calls, documents, and memos. They have a limited time period to set priorities, organize their working schedule accordingly, okay, and respond to mail and phone calls. That is, they have to set priorities. The candidates asked to take decisions on various items based on in-basket information that is provided. Okay. How they handle the part. The purpose, there is interest test. Then the purpose of interest test is to find out whether a candidate is interested or disinterested in the job for which he or she is a candidate, and to find out in which area of the job range occupation the candidate is interested, okay. This happens a lot of times, that the maximum times that a candidate is not actually interested in the job, but for the sake of money they apply for the job. That's why. The assumption this test is that there's a high correlation between the interest of the candidate in a job and job success. That is, if the interest is there in a job, then there will be job success, and if there is no interest in the job, there will be no job success. That is the correlation. Then comes thematic apperception test, okay. These are the candidates are shown a series of pictures and are asked to write a story based on this picture. These tests are also happen in SSB, army interview, okay. These tests measures candidates conceptual, imaginative, projective, and interpretive skills. Okay, how they interpret from a picture. Ink blot test. First described in 1921, the candidates are asked to see the ink blots and make meaningful concepts out of them. Ink blots in the sense, in a paper there are many inks. Ink blots are there. So the candidates are made to see those ink blots and interpret some concepts. Okay. Cognitive ability test. This test measures the mathematical and verbal abilities like CAT, GRE exam, and many others. Wechsler Adult Intelligence Test. This is a comprehensive test including general information, arithmetic, similarities, vocabulary, picture completion arrangement. Like in government job exams, these are mainly the syllabus, object assembly and similar items. Honesty test, pre-employment honesty test, like overt integrity test. This makes direct questions to assess dishonest behavior and gathers a history of theft and illegal behavior of the candidate. Okay, personality based integrity test. It assesses individuals predisposition towards deviant and disruptive behavior. That is, personality based integrity test, it assesses the individual if the individual has disruptive or angry or something deviant behavior that is not normal. Okay, so this is honesty test. Now comes the types of interviews. The informal interview, they are conducted in an informal way, obviously. That is, interview will be fixed without any written communication, okay, and can be arranged at any place. Okay, there is no procedure of asking questions in this type of interview. It is a friendly interview. Then comes formal or structured. This is the type of interview. All the formalities are there, like value, time, panel of interviewers, opening and closing, intimating candidates officially are strictly followed, and arranging and conducting an interview. The course of the interview is pre-planned. Okay, the planned, obviously the panel of interviewers are there. It is structured interview and in advance depending on job requirements. Then unstructured, it is an unplanned one. Okay, the candidate is given freedom to talk about himself or herself by revealing his or her knowledge on various items, areas, backgrounds, etc. No particular questionnaire is prepared. Then comes depth interview. Here candidates would be examined extensively in core areas of knowledge. Okay, in core areas of knowledge and skills of the job. For like if you are applying for a programmer job, then you will be asked from data structure, algorithms, like that. Experts in that particular field examine the candidate by posing relevant questions and asked to extract critical answers from them, initiating discussions regarding critical areas of the job. Okay, interviewer takes a depth interview and tries in finding the expertise in the candidate. Then comes stress interview. The interview aims at testing the candidate's job behavior and level of withstanding during the periods of stress and strain. Okay, the interview is mainly to find out if the candidate can handle stress or strain. Okay. Interviewer tests the candidate by putting him under stress and strain by interrupting the applicant from answering, criticizing his opinions, asking questions pertaining to unrelated areas, keeping silence for unduly long periods after he has finished speaking. Stress during the middle portion of the interview gives effective. Okay. Then then comes the panel interview. Here most organizations invite a panel of experts specialized in different areas or fields to interview the candidates. Okay, a panel of experts interview each candidate, judges his performance individually and prepares a consolidated judgment based on each expert's judgment weightage of each factor. Okay, so group discussion, all the candidates or a group of candidates are interviewed together. Like what happens after you give the CAT exam, there is group discussion and personal interview. That is the group discussion. Group interviews are conducted to save time when there is large number of applicants for a few job vacancies. Okay, there will be a topic given and interviewer judges the innovativeness, dynamism, interpersonal skills, presentation behavior of each candidate. Then there is exit interview are conducted for those employees who want to leave the organization. Okay, the importance of this exit interview is to discover why an employee wants to leave the job. Now comes the induction. This is a short one. It is a process of receiving and welcoming an employee when he first joins a company and giving him the basic information he needs to settle down quickly and happily and start work. Introducing the new employee to job, the firm, the company, the policies, okay, colleagues, superiors, subordinates, practices, the various practices that is adopted by the organizations. Okay, the objectives of induction are putting the new employee at ease. Okay, obviously creating interest in his job and the company, providing basic information about working arrangements, indicating the standards of performance and behavior expected of him, creating the feeling of social security. The advantages of induction are the first impression, obviously it matters. Newcomers adjust themselves to work quickly, and it saves the time of the supervisor. It reduces employee dissatisfaction, and grievances, develops a sense of belongingness and commitment, minimizes the reality shock which would be caused due to incompatibility caused between the employee expectations and actually what the company provides regarding pay, benefits, status, opportunity for growth. Like the employee has expected that he or she would be paid this much, but actually it's not. So that is the reality shock. Okay, hope you like this video, and do like, comment and subscribe to this channel. Okay, thank you so much for watching this video. My email id is given in the description box, and if you want some specific videos on some specific topics, feel free to comment or reach out to me. Thank you, stay safe, take care of your family.